There comes a moment in every life when the noise of the world grows quiet, enough for a single question to rise above the rest. Who is really in control here, you, or the voice that whispers you are not enough? It does not shout. It does not announce itself like a storm. It creeps in quietly, disguised as logic, disguised as caution, disguised as reality. And before most people realize it, they are no longer steering their lives. They are negotiating with their fears. But history has never been shaped by negotiators of fear. It has been shaped by those who stood in the presence of doubt and decided that their vision was louder. The difference between a life of quiet regret and a life of extraordinary impact is not talent, luck, or circumstance. It is command. Command over thought, command over belief, command over the invisible forces within that either build empires or construct prisons. The mind is the most powerful instrument you will ever possess. Yet most people hand over its controls without a fight. They let opinions become instructions. They let failures become identities. They let temporary setbacks become permanent conclusions. And then they wonder why their dreams feel distant, like stars you can see but never touch. But the truth is simple and brutal at the same time. If you do not command your mind, your doubts will command your life. Everything begins with belief, not the shallow kind that disappears at the first sign of difficulty, but the kind that anchors itself so deeply into your identity that no storm can uproot it. Belief is not blind optimism. It is a decision made long before evidence appears. It is choosing to see possibility when the world presents limitations. Think of every great achievement ever created. Before it existed in the world, it existed in the mind of someone who refused to accept the boundaries of what was considered possible. They were not special because they were fearless. They were special because they understood that fear is not a signal to stop. It is a signal that you are approaching the edge of transformation. Your mind is a garden, and every thought you entertain is a seed. Most people allow weeds of doubt, comparison, and fear to grow freely while starving the seeds of vision and courage. And then they stand in the garden of their lives wondering why nothing beautiful grows. But the moment you become intentional with your thoughts, everything begins to change. When you start choosing what you allow to take root, you stop living by default and start living by design. Clarity becomes your compass. Without clarity, effort is scattered, energy is wasted, and potential remains dormant. But when you know exactly what you are moving toward, every decision begins to align, every sacrifice begins to make sense, and every obstacle becomes a test instead of a threat. Clarity is not about knowing every step. It is about knowing your direction with such certainty that uncertainty cannot shake you. Vision is what gives your life emotional gravity. It is what pulls you forward when motivation fades and discipline must take over. A powerful vision is not a vague wish. It is a detailed mental picture so vivid that it feels inevitable. When you can see it clearly enough in your mind, you begin to move differently in the world. Your posture changes, your standards rise, your tolerance for mediocrity disappears. Purpose transforms effort into meaning. Without purpose, work feels heavy, sacrifices feel painful, and progress feels slow. But when you connect your actions to something greater than comfort, everything changes. Purpose gives pain a reason. It gives struggle a direction. It gives your life a narrative worth fighting for. And then comes discipline, the bridge between intention and reality. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect in action. It is showing up when excuses are loud. It is choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term comfort. It is the quiet commitment to become the person your dreams require you to be. Discipline compounds. Small, consistent actions, repeated over time, create results that feel extraordinary to those who never committed long enough to see them. It is not intensity that creates greatness. It is consistency. Action is where transformation becomes visible. Ideas without action are illusions. Dreams without movement are fantasies. The world does not reward intention. It rewards execution. Every step forward, no matter how small, builds momentum. And momentum is powerful because it creates belief through evidence. Gratitude anchors you in strength instead of scarcity. When you focus on what is working instead of what is missing, you train your mind to see opportunity instead of limitation. Gratitude is not complacency, it is fuel. It reminds you that you already possess the foundation to build something extraordinary. Adaptability is the skill that keeps you moving when plans change. Life will not unfold exactly as you expect. Doors will close, plans will collapse, but adaptability turns obstacles into redirections instead of endings. It allows you to evolve instead of retreat. Resilience is forged in moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. It is built through every setback you refuse to let define you. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It is about refusing to let failure have the final word. Learning keeps your mind sharp and your perspective expanding. The moment you believe you know enough is the moment growth begins to slow. Curiosity keeps you evolving. It keeps you humble. It keeps you open to possibilities you could not see before. Most people wait for confidence before they act, but confidence is not a prerequisite for action. It is a result of it. Every time you do something difficult, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you believe, and that proof becomes the foundation of unshakable self-trust. The world will try to convince you to play small because small is comfortable and predictable. But you were not created for predictability. You were created with the ability to imagine, to build, to transform, to lead, to grow beyond every limitation you once believed defined you. When you command your mind, you reclaim your power. You stop reacting to circumstances and start creating them. You stop asking for permission and start making decisions. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start realizing that the moment becomes perfect when you decide to act. There will always be reasons to doubt. There will always be voices that question your direction, but those voices only have power if you give them authority. The moment you decide that your vision is non-negotiable, doubt loses its influence. You begin to understand that fear is temporary, but regret can last a lifetime. And that realization changes everything, because deep down, you already know the life you are capable of creating. You can feel it in quiet moments when you allow yourself to imagine without limits. You can sense it when you see others achieve what once felt impossible. That feeling is not envy, it is recognition. It is your potential reminding you of what is possible. The path will not be easy, but easy has never been the requirement for greatness. Growth demands discomfort. Progress demands effort. Transformation demands courage. And courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that your purpose matters more than your fear. When you begin to live this way, everything changes. Challenges become opportunities to grow stronger. Criticism becomes information instead of limitation. Setbacks become lessons instead of endings. You stop measuring your life by comfort and start measuring it by progress. There is a quiet power in knowing that you are responsible for the direction of your life. It removes excuses, it removes blame, and in its place, it gives you freedom, the freedom to create, to evolve, to redefine what is possible for yourself. Your mind becomes your greatest ally instead of your greatest obstacle. It becomes a source of strength instead of a source of doubt. And as you continue forward, you realize something profound. The life you once dreamed of is not created through one massive breakthrough, but through thousands of small decisions made with intention and conviction. Every morning you choose focus over distraction. Every day you choose discipline over comfort. Every moment you choose belief over doubt. These choices shape your identity, and your identity shapes your destiny. You begin to walk differently, not because the world has changed, but because you have. There is a certainty in your steps, a calm confidence in your presence, a quiet determination that cannot be shaken by temporary obstacles. You understand that success is not a destination but a continuous process of becoming. And as you continue to grow, you inspire others not through words alone, but through example. Your commitment becomes proof that transformation is possible. Your resilience becomes a reminder that setbacks do not define outcomes. Your belief becomes a spark that ignites possibility in those around you. This is the power of commanding your mind. It does not just change your life, it changes how you experience every moment of it. Because when you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your direction. When you take control of your direction, you take control of your future. And the future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create, one decision at a time, guided by the unwavering belief that you are capable of more than you have ever imagined. So stand firm in your vision, protect your focus, strengthen your discipline, feed your belief. Let your actions speak louder than your fears. Let your purpose rise above your doubts. Let your commitment outlast every obstacle, because the moment you truly command your mind is the moment you step into the life that was waiting for you all along. A life defined not by limitation, but by possibility, not by hesitation, but by courage, not by doubt, but by unshakable belief. And from that moment forward, you are no longer reacting to the world. You are shaping it, guided by the quiet certainty that you are the architect of your destiny, the author of your story, and the force capable of turning vision into reality. Command your mind and watch your life rise to meet the strength of your belief.
Every great achievement in history was first imagined in the mind of someone willing to defy the norms of their time. Thomas Edison didn't stumble upon the light bulb by waiting for permission. He burned through thousands of failed experiments, each one a lesson, each one a whisper from the universe saying, "Keep going." He commanded his mind to see the end result before it existed, and in doing so, he rewrote the boundaries of possibility. Andrew Carnegie saw opportunity where others saw risk. He understood that wealth was not merely accumulation, but the mastery of focus, strategy, and relentless learning. He read constantly, observed intently, and acted decisively. He controlled his mind so rigorously that distractions became irrelevant, and his vision became inevitable. Even Walt Disney faced rejection after rejection. He was told he lacked imagination, that his ideas were impossible. But Disney's mind was an unshakable factory of possibility. He chose to see what could exist, rather than what had failed. Today, his creations live as monuments to the power of commanding one's thoughts above doubt. The lesson is clear. The external world will never stop presenting challenges, criticisms, and limits. It cannot. Its job is to maintain the status quo. But your mind, your conscious choice, determines whether you accept those limits or break through them. This is why the modern battlefield of success is internal. The world's noise will always be loud, but it is your inner voice, your inner conviction, that must speak louder. You must choose the narrative that serves your highest vision, the thoughts that elevate rather than diminish. Your mind does not distinguish between reality and imagination. It responds to repeated thoughts, emotions, and intentions as though they are real. This is why visualization works. When Abraham Lincoln imagined leading a nation through civil war, he saw it so clearly, so vividly, that every decision he made aligned with that mental picture. He commanded his mind before he commanded the country. Belief fuels perseverance. Without it, effort is scattered and the journey feels unbearable. But with belief, the same journey that crushed others becomes a proving ground for greatness. Henry Ford failed repeatedly, went bankrupt, and faced public ridicule. Yet, he believed in his vision of affordable automobiles for the masses. That belief, embedded in the deepest layers of his mind, drove him to invent, iterate, and ultimately dominate an entire industry. Every setback you face is a tool. Every failure is raw material for mastery. The world cannot rob you of these. It can only try to convince you to ignore them. Command your mind, and you will see that what others perceive as obstacles are in fact accelerators. The very challenge is designed to forge your character, sharpen your strategy, and clarify your purpose.
Discipline is the engine that transforms belief into reality. It is quiet, unseen, and often boring, yet it compounds relentlessly. While the average person chases fleeting motivation, you will embrace repetition, ritual, and routine. You will show up when no one is watching, when the world's applause is absent, and when doubt is at its loudest. It is in these moments that empires are built quietly in the shadows, far away from casual observers. Action is the bridge between thought and outcome. Ideas are weightless until executed. Napoleon Hill himself taught that desire without action is useless, and knowledge without execution is wasted. Every day you act deliberately, you reinforce to your mind that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a creator of outcomes. Action converts fear into momentum, hesitation into clarity, and doubt into proof. Gratitude is the hidden catalyst of unstoppable people. When you acknowledge the resources, relationships, and skills you already possess, your mind shifts from scarcity to abundance. Andrew Carnegie recognized the wealth around him, not just material, but intellectual and human capital, and leveraged it masterfully. Gratitude is not passive. It is active, empowering, and strategic. It realigns your mind toward opportunity instead of limitation. Adaptability separates those who rise from those who fall. Thomas Edison's labs burned, projects failed, and markets shifted. Yet he evolved with every challenge, experimenting relentlessly until the world caught up to his vision. Life will never give you the path you expect. It only gives you the path you are willing to navigate. Commanding your mind means embracing change, not resisting it, and seeing every curveball as a chance to refine your mastery. Resilience is the armor of greatness. It is forged in the furnace of rejection, disappointment, and fatigue. Walt Disney's first studio went bankrupt. Lincoln suffered political defeats. Ford faced financial ruin. Yet they refused to let these experiences dictate their destiny. Instead, they internalized them as lessons, and their minds became crucibles of strength, clarity, and determination. Continuous learning is the fuel for an evolving mind. Carnegie read books constantly. Edison experimented endlessly. Disney imagined infinitely. A mind that stops learning stagnates. A vision that stops expanding dies. And a life without curiosity becomes a shadow of its potential. Knowledge, applied deliberately, compounds faster than any external resource. The people who live extraordinary lives do not wait for confidence before acting. They act, and confidence follows. Every challenge they overcome reinforces the belief that they are capable of more. Every small victory is a reminder that their mind, their discipline, and their vision are aligned. Your mind is a battlefield, and it is constantly under siege. Doubt, fear, distraction, and external criticism will attempt to wrest control from you. But the moment you take ownership, the moment you decide that your mind serves your vision rather than your excuses, everything changes. You step into a flow of unstoppable momentum. You begin to operate from strength rather than reaction. History will tell you that the world rewards results, not intentions. It honors execution, not wishful thinking. But when you command your mind, execution becomes inevitable because your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are all aligned toward a single unshakable purpose. Your destiny is created in quiet moments of decision. Every morning you choose focus over distraction. Every day you choose discipline over indulgence. Every week you choose growth over stagnation. These decisions accumulate, compounding into a life that astonishes those who once doubted you. This is the essence of commanding your mind, choosing every thought, belief, and action with intention, knowing that your inner world shapes your outer reality, recognizing that doubt has no power unless you grant it, understanding that fear is temporary but regret lasts a lifetime. Step forward with courage. Let your vision anchor your purpose. Let discipline carry you when motivation fades. Let resilience shield you when the world tests you. And let learning, adaptability, and gratitude guide every step. You are not here to negotiate with doubt. You are here to rise above it. You are not here to follow the currents of comfort. You are here to master the storms of challenge. You are not here to exist passively. You are here to create, to lead, and to transform the very world you inhabit. Command your mind, and you will command your life. Because the moment you truly seize your thoughts, every possibility becomes reachable, every dream attainable, and every fear irrelevant. History, legacy, and impact are forged not by those who waited, but by those who acted with unwavering clarity, relentless discipline, and unshakable belief. The world may try to define your limits, but you define your destiny. The world may offer reasons to quit, but you choose reasons to persist. The world may whisper doubt, but you roar vision. Command your mind and watch the impossible bend to the strength of your belief, your discipline, and your relentless action. Your time is now. Your mind is the battlefield. Your life is the prize. Claim it.